Marcus had always believed his life was ordinary, predictably painful, reliably lonely. At 34, he worked as a mechanic, lived in a modest apartment on the outskirts of New Denver, and had learned not to expect much from the universe. His marriage to Sarah had ended 3 years ago, and when she'd found someone better suited, she'd taken everything except his worn-out dreams. That Tuesday morning changed everything. He found them in his garage at 4 a.m., two girls, no older than 7, huddled behind his vintage toolbox. Their skin shimmered like moonlight on water, and their eyes were too large, too luminous to be human. Marcus's first instinct was to call authorities, but something stopped him. Perhaps it was the way they trembled, or how the smaller one held the other's hand with such desperate tenderness. Perhaps it was simply that Marcus recognized fear when he saw it. "It's okay," he whispered, kneeling down slowly. "I won't hurt you." The taller girl's lips moved, producing sounds like wind chimes before she found words. "Mama left us. She said we didn't belong." Sarah, of course. Marcus learned their story in pieces. Sarah had married their father, Zethian, a diplomat from the Kepler colonies, believing the marriage would be temporary. When twins were born, hybrids caught between two worlds, she'd panicked. Neither human enough for Earth society, nor Zethian enough for their father's distant homeworld. The girls were living contradictions. When Zethian's assignment ended and he returned to the stars, Sarah refused to go. She brought the girls to Marcus's garage and simply left them. He named them Iris and Luna. He didn't know if that was tradition where they came from, but the names felt right somehow. The first month was chaos. Iris and Luna couldn't eat normal food. They needed a specific combination of minerals and proteins that took Marcus weeks to figure out. They glowed faintly when upset and hummed when content. They moved like liquid, defying physics in small ways. Marcus worked double shifts to afford their needs, skipped meals to feed them, and learned to love them with a fierceness that terrified and amazed him. But something miraculous happened. Iris, the quieter one, began helping Marcus in the garage. She had an intuitive understanding of mechanics that seemed impossible. She'd place her luminous hands on broken engines, and Marcus would suddenly see solutions. Not because she fixed them directly, but because her presence clarified his thinking. Cars that had stumped him for weeks suddenly made sense. Luna was different. She had a gift for languages and spent hours reading every book in their apartment. She'd sit with Marcus in the evenings, teaching him about the cosmos, about the beauty of nebulas and the mathematics of starlight. Her wonder was contagious. Suddenly, his small life felt connected to something vast and infinite. The girls changed him without trying. They didn't understand why humans rejected them, so they simply loved without qualification. They loved his terrible cooking. They loved his old jokes. They loved the way he hummed off-key while doing laundry. They loved him completely, without conditions or hesitation. 6 months later, Marcus stopped feeling like he was raising abandoned children. He was a father, the most important role of his entire existence. One night, Iris asked if he was sad they weren't really his. Marcus pulled both girls close, breathing in their faint scent like starlight and rain. "You think love works by biology?" he asked. "You're mine. Every atom of you. Every impossible, beautiful thing about you belongs to me, and I belong to you." Luna's eyes widened. "Even though we're different. Especially because you're different," Marcus said. "The universe sent me the daughters everyone else was too afraid to love. That's not an accident. That's a miracle." As he held them close, Marcus realized something profound. He'd spent years waiting for his life to begin, thinking happiness required perfect circumstances and conventional paths. But it had arrived in his garage at 4 a.m., wearing moonlight skin and carrying eyes full of ancient starlight. He wasn't a single dad struggling with alien children. He was Marcus, father to two extraordinary girls, living the most beautiful, terrifying, magnificent life imaginable. And he'd never felt more whole. Outside, New Denver slept, unaware that in a modest apartment above a mechanic's garage, an everyday miracle was unfolding. Proof that family isn't what you're born into. It's who chooses to stay, and who chooses to love you despite your differences.